has been almost 5,000 years since lava last flowed in Reykjavik. Well, that's until now.
Okay, so put your goggles on, please. Don't forget to turn the flash off and enjoy the lava. And for the people on the balcony, if you want to stand, you can. Just be careful with your drinks.
Oh, wow.
That's hot.
Have you heard about Billy's hairs? It's this thin filament of lava. They are formed when lava is falling over the edge. And the wind is blowing, you can find this kind of formation. They cool down very quickly and look like hairs. And it's actually very hard to find them. And that's because they break very easily, so they turn into dust very quickly soon after the formation. So I have some ice. Do you want to see what's happening if I put it on top? Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm going to put the ice on top. The lava is going to cool down very quickly. And when lava is cooling down very quickly, there is no time for crystal to appear inside the lava. And you're just turning the lava into what it's most made of. And it's most made of silica, 47%. So you're just turning the lava into a volcanic glass. So what's happening here? It's some of the steam is going up, but some of it is being pushed and forced inside the lava and make it blow like a balloon. And that's what you can see here. It's just the steam trying to escape. But at the same time, lava on top is getting more solid. It's kind of trapped there. Of course, if it's too thin, it might go through and everything could collapse like a souffle. And you can see where I put the ice on top. It's turning black very quickly. Just turning into volcanic glass. And behind, in the channel, you can see that the lava is not moving anymore. But inside is still very hot and liquid. And that's because lava is cooling down over the edge of the flow. And by doing so, it's actually insulating the lava flowing inside it. So in nature, in the open, lava is losing around 100 degrees Celsius every kilometer it's flowing. But when traveling under its own insulation, like it's doing in the channel at the moment, it's just losing 1 degree. So it can stay hot for a very long time and travel a very long distance underneath. And because of that, I can go under it and I can lift it. And that's because it's already on the edge, but inside it's still very hot and liquid. And if lava is flowing on a slope in nature, maybe the lava will be able to flow out of its own insulation. And if the lava is flowing out, you will just get an empty tunnel behind. And that's the way to do a lava tunnel or lava tube. And you can see here that inside it's still very hot. More viscous, but still very hot. And the same thing is actually happening in the front. Over here, getting solid, underneath, still liquid. So let's see if I can show you.
Oh, wow.
You can see that inside is still very hot. And actually I can go in, lift it, and I can do the Billy's hairs almost like the stars. And that's because in this area, the lava hasn't lost a lot of temperature yet. And you can see that just by the color. It's still like yellow when I left it. So yellow is kind of the hottest color we have here. All the color are pretty hot, of course, but yellow is kind of the hottest one in this condition. And you can see that also when it's cooling down, then it's getting more viscous. And I'm already trapped there. Well, if I'm trapped, just let's go for it. You can see it more viscous already. And when I'm stretching it, it's cooling down way faster. You can see in some parts it's turning black very quickly. When it's actually dark like that, you break very easily. More. Very hot. Can you hear the lava making sound? It's not very loud at the moment, it's going to get louder later. And this sound is just the lava cooling down. And what's happening is lava, when it's a liquid, it's taking more space than when it's a solid. So when cooling down, it's actually contracting on itself. And that's what you can hear. It's just the lava breaking itself apart. And because of this cracking, especially in the pipe area at the top, I'm going to put some protection on it. It's just to be completely safe. So in the next 5-10 minutes, you're going to hear a lot of sounds coming from this area. It's totally normal. And this cracking, you will make the lava feel quite dangerous a long time after an eruption is over. For example, the eruption from 21, you can go there and check the lava field cooling down. And that's okay. But some people walking on it. And this can be very dangerous because first, lava could be very hot. Depending on the amount of lava you have on top of each other, it can take years and sometimes hundreds of years to cool down completely. But you could be also walking on top of a lava tunnel, and if the roof of this tunnel is not thick enough, it could just collapse. You could have the cracks and fissure when cooling down. And under that, lava could still be very hot because it's a very good insulator. And that's why you have to wait a very long time after an eruption is over to be able to cool the lava safely. And if I'm saying that, it's because you could see a lot of people walking on it, and sometimes there's such a rescue team to come and help them. So if you go to a newly formed lava field, depending on the condition, it could be okay. But just stay on the path. It's not worth it to go on top. At least for a few years after an eruption. I know got a question there. I'm just going to have to finish some stuff before it's cooling down, and then I can, no problem. You can ask a question just in a few minutes. So here in front, we have a few bubbles. I'm going to show you they're actually very thin and break very easily. This one here. But that's not the only plate that got lifted. Over here, that's where I put the ice on top. So maybe maybe I'll be able to go through. And let's see what's going on underneath. You can actually see that inside it's still very hot. And that's because under a thin layer of lava, it's enough to insulate the lava flowing inside it. And I'm going to check the temperature to show the difference between the surface and inside. But of course I got stuck first. It's okay. Come on, lava, be nice. Yeah. So if I check the temperature, so I put the ice on top first where it's dark. That was around 820 Fahrenheit, 440 Celsius. Well, that's still hot, but way lower than what we had at the start. If I check inside, so it's orange, it's, can you choose this? Okay. Oh, I think I'm pretty hot. I can do it. Yeah, 770 Celsius, 1430 Fahrenheit. So way more. And that's because it was protected by this solidified lava on top. And here, I have some paper. Just gonna put it where it's orange. Catching fire pretty quickly. And I have a tip for you to know the temperature of the lava. When lava is above 600 Celsius, 1100 Fahrenheit, that's when the lava is still emitting light. Red, orange, this kind of color. But when it's below this temperature, it's when the lava is taking a dark color. So if you see that lava is still glowing, that's when it's still above 600 Celsius, 1100 Fahrenheit. Is it going to help you to know if you can touch it? Yeah, not really. But that's the only tip I got. But that shows you something. That shows that even when it's dark, like it is on the surface in some area, it doesn't mean it's cold. It can still be hot, and for a very long time. So if you're not sure about the temperature of the lava, when going to a lava field, just don't touch it. I know that's very obvious, but I've had the eruption last about 2 years ago actually, and it was not so obvious for everyone, so I just prefer to say it, just in case. We're going to put some lights on because the lava starts to cool down. And on the surface, in the front, yeah, I'm still stuck. Oh, maybe not, maybe not. Yay! So on the surface here, lava is turning into volcanic glass. And that's because it's cooling down very fast. But if lava would have more time to cool down, we'd have time for crystal to appear inside the lava. And at the end, when the lava will be completely solidified, you look like this here. So these gray rocks around the slide, it's also basalt, but it's a crystallized basalt. But if I take this rock, put it in the furnace in the back and melt it, you get out the same way as you just saw. And that's because it's the same composition, it's just a different speed of cooling down. And the black sand here, the lava we used first to do the lava, so it's also basalt, but this one exploded on Katla 100 years ago. So all three things, they look completely different from each other, but same composition. Different process of formation. Any questions so far? So if you have a question, just say, oh yeah, I got a lot over here. I think you were the first in the back, I think one of you. Are you from the same family? So you can fight, no? Yeah, go for it. Sorry? If you can touch it, yeah. No, unfortunately, it's like it's too hot, so I can't give you any of this. I'm sorry. It's still very, very hot. And yeah, so even me, I will not touch it. I'm sorry. I'm like the bad guy now. Yes? How do we get the lava? I would love to tell you that every morning I go with a big bucket to a volcano. You know, just like, I would love to do that. No, it's actually not possible. What we do is we actually be using this black sand here. So this, I call that sand, but in reality it's not. It looks like it. It's something that is called tephra. Basically, it's just a lava that exploded on the volcano and just like make these small pieces. And this one erupted, exploded 100 years ago on a volcano called Katla. It's on the south coast. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you're gonna see it, but that's a big volcano. And that's basically where we take it from. Then we put this lava into a big furnace, like a big oven, and if you remelt lava, if you remelt the rock like that, it turns into lava again. So that's what we're doing, we're remelting the lava. It's easier, I don't say easy, it's easier to remelt lava than to try to carry around molten lava in a big truck. Maybe in the future, who knows, but at the moment it's pretty hot. Yes? Does every island have volcano? Not necessary. Most of islands are actually from volcano, but it's not the case of all of them. But most of them are. But there's a big chance if you see an island and the rock is black, is dark, generally it's volcano. But it's not always, like every island is not always a volcano. So let's see if I can break this thing to show you inside. Wait. Just have to make it smaller, because it's actually quite heavy, and I'm not very strong. Okay, if I pick up this one, yep. You can see that inside is still very hot. So it's dark on the outside, cool down faster, and that allows the inside to stay hot way longer. Of course, now I broke it, it's going to cool down very fast and turn black very quickly. But that's when you have to imagine, if you have more lava, then it takes a longer time to cool down completely toward the center. The eruption from 21, for example, some scientists went there last year, I think, to check some temperature. On the surface, it was cold. But they actually checked some lava tunnel underneath, and in the tunnel, 3 years after the eruption, the temperature was still around 400 Celsius, 800 Fahrenheit. So you can really stay a very long time hot, it just depends on how much lava you have. And when you look at this volcanic glass, you may be thinking about another kind of volcanic glass. Have you heard about obsidian?
Yeah.
Or dragon glass? Or Minecraft, I suppose?
I love Minecraft.
Yeah, I prefer you say Minecraft than Game of Thrones, so well, I have a word to say to your parents, but yeah. So yeah, so obsidian, it's the same thing. It's a lava that cooled down very quickly and turned into a volcanic glass. Except it's from a different lava. This one here is from basalt. 47% silica. When obsidian is from a lava called rhyolite, and rhyolite is between 65 to 90% silica, so way more. And the main difference is kind of the solidity. Both are very sharp. It's not a problem. If I break this, it's very sharp. Obsidian too. But obsidian is way stronger in a way that if you try to shape it, it's a bit like flintstone. You can make something out of it. And that's why civilization in the past used it for tools and weapons. This one is not so obvious right now, but when it's cooling down, it breaks very easily. So easily that if you try to shape it, most of the time it's going to break randomly. It's not impossible to do something with it, it's just way hard. But if you want to say that you saw obsidian today, I'm okay with that. Almost the same. You got a question there or not anymore? Oh, I'm not sure. Oh? Yeah, go. Which one? In the middle. I can check the temperature if you want, but in the middle, it's the wrong place to be cold. Okay, I'm gonna check the temperature, because I will not touch it. I can see it's still reddish, so it's actually just 1100 Fahrenheit, almost 600 Celsius. What do you think? You think you can touch this? No. No, it's still like crazy, crazy hot. Yes? Oh, I love this. A lot of questions on this side. What the temperature lava can have at the maximum, kind of. Yeah. So this one is 1100 Celsius, 2000 Fahrenheit. But there is some lava recorded in nature at 1500 Celsius, 2700 Fahrenheit. It's kind of the maximum. But on average, it's pretty similar. And we have a question there, but someone had a question on this side. Yeah?
I just want to ask, it will stay quite hot for some time and you have this show every 2 hours, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How are you cleaning it up?
Oh, yeah, so how do we clean this up? So I don't do anything. I'm sending Maxime. But yeah, no, that's a good question. It's still going to be hot by the end of the show. And we have a show every 2 hours. So what I do generally is during the show, I start to break it, and then it cools down faster. That's actually not enough. By the end of the show, it's still going to be hot. So what we do, it's Maxime going to come back with going to come back after the show with big gloves. And it's going to use very high-tech equipment, like a pitchfork and a bucket. And it's just going to put all the lava back into big buckets. Still when it's hot. It doesn't matter. We just put everything hot in the bucket. We don't wait for it to cool down, basically. And then we actually were using the same lava, not for the next show, but for the one after that. We have 2 batches of lava. We're just using one after the other. And the cleaning is actually very fast. In the slide here, I can't show you because it's cracking. Lava doesn't stick, so you can just push it down. And here, where the black sand is, when we clean, we take some of this black sand with us. But that's not a problem, because that's what we use in the first place. So actually make it very fast to remove. In 20-30 minutes, it's clean and ready for the next show. Yes? Wow. I love that. Oh, after. Yeah? How did the obsidian form? So, like this basically. So when the lava cools down very fast, or to say that, we start. When the lava cools down, there's a lot of elements in it. And this element, they're going to try to join each other by affinity, kind of. Like if, I'm going to use Lego. Do you play Lego?
What?
Lego?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So for example, like if I tell you to build something with Lego, if I give you a lot of time, you're gonna, build something like a building, a car or something. And that's what's happening here. Because it cools down slowly, all these small elements are like Lego. They have time to build something, and that's crystallized. But if I tell you build something in 1 minute, you have no time to build something that look like something, and then you just pile up pieces on top of each other. It just looks like nothing. And that's basically what glass is. It's just a pile of stuff that doesn't have any structure, basically. And that's how you make obsidian. It's just when it cools down very fast, there is no time for crystal to appear, and it just looks like glass, basically. I don't know, I have to work maybe on the Lego analogy, but I think I get something there. Yeah?
So I just had a question.